your opinion, what is the root cause of gentrification in Denver?
Population, increasing population, immigration to Denver.
What do you know about redlining causing gentrification?
I don't know too much about it. Do you want to tell me what the concept is, and I might be able to?
Back when redlining was a thing, it was to keep black people and people of color out of certain communities.
Oh, gerrymandering.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, totally. It is a growing problem that has been addressed, and there hasn't been like positive. Everyone acknowledges that it's happening, and there has not been a change in the trend of it happening. Like, maybe that they can only become more efficient, and I think like specifically the election before this last one is where we really saw like the prevalence of that, the impact that it could have, and especially with local elections, and that's the problem. So we have like people that want to have, I'm trying to think of like a very poignant example, but the amount of strategy that goes into researching how to do gerrymandering, it is absolutely based on things like income inequality, race, all of these components. But I think it's one of those things that everyone accepts is happening. Everyone acknowledges that it has a negative impact, but it's still persistent. And I have no answer on how to combat that, but it is a problem that leads to, I think, a lot of these income inequalities as well as policy misrepresentations of the population. By strategically doing this, the population may want something different, but by just strategically isolating certain groups on how they can vote or like how voting is incorporated, it can it really isolates people. That would be what I would say.
In your opinion, what is the best way for the two of us in our community to get involved?
I would say that's a hard question. I would say educating on the problem, number one, and educating on the specific, doing research and educating on the specific policies that can eliminate it. Because so much of it is like people will get out there and vote, but understanding specifically which policy associates with these, things like gerrymandering can be a big challenge. But that's one of the hard things, that it goes right back to what I was saying, where like we acknowledge it's happening, but it's not really getting any better. So I would say educating on the issue and the associated policy. So I would say finding the policy which makes the change that you're trying to promote, and promoting specifically that. Might not be a good answer, but that's a hard question. I think that just kind of...
I think it's a realistic answer.
Yeah, educating on the policy. So.
And then, since you don't know all of it, what or who is another source you'd recommend to us?
Miss Antonoff. Miss Antonoff worked for Westward. She has been doing research in Denver specifically prior to getting into teaching. That would be something. I bet she has her finger on the pulse a lot more than I do about that. Someone else would be... I don't know. I think Miss Antonoff, her and I are both born and raised in Denver. She went to East. I went to another school right down south. Like, we have seen it change firsthand, and I'm sure she'll talk about like specifically things like low-income housing and just the effects of kind of like, yeah, that would be my recommendation, Miss Antonoff, for sure.